Hi, I'm here with Mike Slizewski. I was actually able to say that. He's the new editor of the Siskiyou Daily News, and he's really brought a very local slant to the coverage of the paper these days. And you've been here how long now?
I'm in my third week, just about the end of my third week, and the first 2 weeks I put in maybe 70, 80 hours. This week I knocked that down to about 68. And as I've been out of the business for about 15 years, I retired from the county. I worked for Human Services for 13 years. And so I'm actually thrilled to get another chance to do this, but catching up on 15 years of technology. So technology, basically learning some programs that we did not have 15 years ago. I was the editor of the Daily News for about 3.5 years, up until 1994.
Now, I've spoken with your publisher, and I know what kind of technology you have here. I know you're way behind the curve on things.
And I'm behind that curve. I'm the curve behind that curve.
Okay. Many of you will probably recognize Mike from the Lucky Duck Blues Band. Guitar player extraordinaire. You and your wife were integral to that band for years.
Thank you. Oh yeah, we had just a wonderful time. We used to open up the Scott Valley Bank Series every year, the Minor Street Park concerts, and just had a great time in that band. Had made wonderful friends, good friends to this day.
Well, the word on the street about you right now is very good. People are happy.
That should change. No, I'm like
well, for my own money, I now spend about 15 to 20 minutes a day with the paper, as opposed to 5 to 10 minutes.
Great.
And so I'm really going after
Excellent. That's good.
Local angles. It really helps put local events in perspective, and I appreciate that.
All right, I appreciate it. You know, what we really want to do is we want to just focus more and more on, life in Siskiyou County. Today, we want, there's a bunch of groups that we really want to welcome them all to let us know what's going on, so we can actually cover them. We've got the agriculture community, which is a mainstay of the culture and the economy here. We've got government is one of the largest employers. I believe it's the largest employer here. And we've got other businesses as well. We've got a large Native American community. We've got counterculture here. If you look at the demographics of the county, we've got a lot of young kids. It kind of dips down into kind of you, and then we've got a lot of senior citizens. We want to make sure that they are all covered. Education is very important. Senior lifestyle is very important. So we want to build all of that stuff up. And one thing I'd like to show you is another aspect of the newspaper that I think is really important. And I want to always keep it in mind. First of all, we want to be a positive reflection. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. We want to reflect that. We want to encourage people to visit this area. We want to make people that live here feel good about this area, even in these tough times. The other thing is that we actually serve, the newspaper always served as a historical record. If you take a look at this, just for example, this is the weekly, semi-weekly Siskiyou News, and this is from 1933. And you can open this, and you can see how newspapers have changed. You can even see the sizes were different, the layout was different, a lot less art, a lot more gray area, that kind of thing. But it's a history of what happened in 1933. The Siskiyou News served as a historical document. So what I like to think about is, I mentioned all of those different people that, all the different groups that make up our county here. I want someone 100 years from now to be able to open up the Siskiyou Daily News and actually be an accurate reflection of what was going on in 2009 forward in this county. So I feel like we have a really important historical purpose as well.
Excellent. And we had a chamber mixer here at the Siskiyou Daily News, and they had some of the old papers that you store up in the attic, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we store them up in the attic.
Yeah, and we're talking 1915, and you still see familiar names.
Sure.
So
there are many families who've been here for generations.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll still see the same names in the paper today that you saw 100 years ago. Actually, some of them from back in the from 1859 forward. So that's
it's pretty amazing. And I talk to people all over this town, and a lot of 5, 6, 7, 8th generation folks who have born and raised here, and then just elected to stay here. And that's more so than any other area I've ever lived in. So you're chronicling,
and that's what we're doing. That's what we hope to do. And again, we have to we can't avoid the unpleasant news. We have to report on that as well. That's part of the history of the area as well. And when something happens, people want to know about it. Why do you chase a car accident or something like that? That's the kind of stuff people hear about it. We want to show that in the paper. That's something that happened here.
Yep. Hi, we're here with Rod Dowes, who's the publisher of the Daily News, and Rod's going to tell us about the print process. Really, what goes into each and every copy of the Siskiyou Daily News every morning, and that you get that, and he'll run us through the process. So, Rod, if you would, sure. Just give us the skinny.
Okay. Basically, the print process for us is really a detailed and kind of a fun process. We start off with our reporters bringing in content, writing stories, taking photos, which get laid up on a computer screen in our newsroom. Those pages, once they're proofed and ready to go, then are shipped electronically from the computer to our image center, which actually is in the other room. The image center is about an $80,000 piece of laser imaging equipment that we purchased about 2 years ago. And it basically images film that is this size, and then once it goes through it and the laser images the film, it goes through a film wash, comes out here in the basket, at which point we have a negative to start with. From the negative process, actually we have to make plates for the press, and actually utilize this plate burner. The film goes down on here, a plate, which looks very similar to this, gets laid on top of the film. It has a vacuum suction, and then through an intense amount of light, it burns an image that will start off looking like this completely kind of this blue-green type process. Once 2 pages are put on the film, then that goes to the plate washer, which washes any of the stuff off, and then you get to something that is basically a positive image that then will be printed onto the press. The plates actually roll around the press. Kind of give you an idea how that works, and that's how the press rolls along. Each plate prints 2 pages, and that basically gets us to the point where things are ready to go on to the press.
I'm here with Rod again, and we're talking about the sheer volume of effort it takes to put out a daily newspaper. Behind us here, you see these are rolls of paper, and Rod, how long does it take you to go through these rolls here?
We go through about 54 rolls of paper, each weighing about 800 pounds in the course of a month. That's printing the Siskiyou Daily News, the Mount Shasta Herald, and the Super Saver shopper paper. And all that is stored here for us, and so once a month we get a paper truck come in, about a 54-foot truck and trailer comes down from Blue Herring Paper out of Oregon City area, that brings us our paper. The other thing that's kind of unique about that is that kind of starts, the process really for us as far as a raw product, and really kind of helps make sure that we've got our 23 employees of the Daily News working to produce the paper. In addition to, once you see the printed product later, the one thing that's kind of unique about that and kind of fun about that is we have about 7, 8 youth carriers that still ride bicycles and hike the streets of Yreka, delivering door to door on a daily basis after they get out of school, as well as about another 9 to 10 adult carriers that deliver papers countywide for us. So all total, really we're looking at about 40 people engaged, both employees and contract laborers, to get the Daily News to people's doorsteps Monday through Friday.
Very good.
Thanks, Rod.